Greetings everyone, a warm welcome to you all. Hey, thanks for joining me. Namaste. Aries, this is your reading for October 2018 using the Morgan Greer deck there, 7 cards from each and then an oracle at the end. Now just before we get into your reading, I did some intuitive work for you and you guys received the message, the crown chakra, energy work, pillars of inspiration, calm, evenings, blue, violet, dream activation, spirituality, and amazing concepts. So that sounded like a whole bunch of eclectic individual words to me. They didn't come through as sentences or a particular message, but rather complete separate words. So what they're going to mean to each and every one of you and how they impact or what type of energy field they deliver, that will be up to each and every one of you. But there's certainly some nice thoughts and words and actions in there. This was the heart chakra energy bowl that we just started the reading with, so I'll put that in the background and we will do some shuffling for your reading. I'm doing these right around about the time of the September full moon, which for the Northern Hemisphere is the harvest moon. We've just been through the equinox of the equal days and nights around the globe. So it's quite a nice energy connection for us all at the moment. There's a lot of positive energies flowing around, as well as, you know, lovely lunar, sensuous type energies as well. So let's see, Aries, what's in store for you guys. Your first card is your current situation, that's the King of Cups. Your second card is your obstacles, which is the Two of Cups. Your third card is your aspiration, which is the Ace of Cups. And your fourth card is what needs to be awakened. Your fifth card is what lies behind you as a past influence. And your sixth card is what the next stage will be. What the next stage is, and your seventh card is the outcome card, what will be finally. I think you guys can see those clearly enough. We started off with all those beautiful cup cards and an ace, so I think you're the first ones so far to get an ace in the reading. They just don't come out very often. And then we have one major arcana, and you have another cup card over here, a wand and a sword. So it feels as though the emotions or thoughts or the energies of love and such like could be on your mind for the month of October. Let's start with your first card, which is the current situation, and we start with the King of Cups there. He can often be a water sign person in your life, and he can be an older person. So he could be on your mind right now or associated with something that's going on in your life. He could be a friend, a sibling, a work colleague, but they're often people that you can go to and connect with at the emotional level. There may also be a heart connection here with this person, so it could be a very close bond or like a family bond or a tie along those lines, where there's an emotion that's being brought to the surface or it's being activated upon, or it's, as I say, it's on your mind. Now, he does often fill that role. We don't normally think of him as being like someone that you go to see for money or for finances, or he could be more along the lines of a social worker or a counsellor or something along those lines. So it could be that you're either seeing someone like this, or you're thinking about it, or there's some involvement with a situation or group of people that is, he's like a mediator, or they're bringing people or groups together for healing work or communicating, you know, talking. I often say when the court cards come in that they kind of make a reading very different because of the different perspectives that they can give. And we've got 2 court cards in your reading. Nearly everyone this month have had quite a lot of court cards one way or another. So it almost gives the feeling that October is a month of perhaps not necessarily socialising, but other people are involved in our lives. So it's not just about us. We've kind of gone out of that hibernation phase. And I think we were in that when the eclipses were around in July and August, because they were they were quite dark in a way, so a lot of us retracted in and spent time, nutting around, digging things out and going, oh my God, and getting angry and hiffing this and that around. And we were doing it kind of about ourselves and within ourselves. Now it feels as though we're coming out of our shells a little bit more and going back again into wider dynamics of relationships that involve other people. So there is a possibility too for some of you that this King of Cups is a love relationship or a very close partner. It could be a business partner, but he's either on your mind, or it's events that are occurring with him, or there's something going on about communication with this guy. Remember, he could be a rising water sign as well. So he might be a different sun sign energy, but have a rising water sign behind him. Now, the interesting thing was we came to your obstacles, and it was another Cups card. It's the Two of Cups, which is usually such a revered card, and it was on its side. So it's kind of suggesting that there are relationships going on around you that have got some form of block or glitch or lack of flow, and they could involve this King of Cups one way or another. That card there, when it's upright, is all about honour, dignity, love, respect, trust, adoration, soulmates, everything that's beautiful and positive and nurturing and leading to, great things. On its side, if it's an obstacle, it's telling you that there's something wrong within this sphere, and that it needs work on it. It needs to be opened up. It needs to be rebooted like a computer. It needs to be extrapolated out to find out what is the problem. Why is there an obstacle? What is going on here? So oftentimes communication is the best form of mediation. It's the way that we resolve issues. So it feels as though there has to be talk and communication and opening up here within a close relationship around you. So this could be your love relationship or an intimate one. It could be a close friendship. It could be a family member. It could be a work colleague or a business partnership. So if we come up to the third card and we see the aspiration, and you've got the Ace of Cups, and again, this is such a beautiful energy. There's some of the cup cards that give off truly the most divine in the minor arcana of the deck. They give off this beautiful, glowy, warm, nurturing, vibrational energy, and the Ace of Cups is one of them. It's as if something is being delivered to you in the warm hospitality of love. It's like, it can be spiritual love. It can be a deep, profound connection to something that you just feel bliss and euphoria around. So it doesn't have to necessarily mean a physical relationship with a person, but sometimes it does. So for some of you, this can be a very deep love bond with another human, igniting power and passion and sensuality and spirituality. So like a tantric communion between people. Now it also can be between pets and humans as well. The other thing that it can symbolize, and because of the lotus flower down here and the seeds that are opening, it can talk about fertility, conception, creation. And this can be fertility of a pregnancy. It can be deeper and beyond that as well. So it can also be fertility and conception of your opening power to the glory of spirituality, or to the cosmos energies, or to infinity, or to understanding a broader spectrum of love and light. It can be spiritual or physical. It is a beautiful card, and if this is what your aspiration is, you are either looking for it, or you are attracting it, or you are embarking on it. So it is a beautiful cup. For all of you tuning into the Aries reading, I suggest for you all to focus on that Ace of Cups and to really love it and to really let the energy flow through you and find out where it's manifesting in your life. So meditate with it, I think would be really advantageous. This one here, what needs to be awakened. My favourite card I dislike the most, so the Seven of Swords. If this needs to be awakened, it's either telling you that you need to wake up to something that's going on around you. So this could be someone who is in a position that could defraud you or cause negativity. So they could be running away with personal information. They could be running away with your money. They could be people that you come across like a salesperson who is dishonest and is selling you something that is dodgy. They could be someone within your community who you think you trust, and you've placed some trust within their hands and you've given them information or knowledge, and they are backstabbing or releasing this private information to the public. It's the sort of thing we're seeing more and more, and we hear it in the news, where you might be texting someone or you might be talking to them, and then you find out that those texts and those talkings have been made public. So it pays to be very careful about what is said and what is done if you don't think you can trust these people. And in fact, often you don't realise that you can't trust them. Now, the other perspective of this card can mean that you're doing it to yourself and you're doing something that you feel you shouldn't be. So if you're involved in anything that's slightly illegal or will catch up with you or is not good for you, don't do it. It's that simple. Give it a miss. You don't need to do it. There will always be a better option or a different way out. But I do say when this card turns up, watch out for the wrong type of people hanging around. And even this can be physically too. So if you're feeling like you're walking alone somewhere at night in a foreign city, or you get that shadowy feeling down your back, like someone's behind you, do something about it. Just watch yourself. Make sure you have protection around you, and you can call on that from like the archangels. Michael's very good, also Metatron particularly good, your celestial helpers, or utilize your technology in life and make sure that you have your cell phone with you, that it's turned on, that you can call for help if you need to. Okay, so that it's just a card that is always a forewarning, in my personal opinion. We come to number 5, and it's what lies behind you, or a past influence. And it's the Hermit. So it says, and I talked about this a little bit before, how I said I feel as though when the eclipses were around in July and August, we'd all gone a bit dark, like hiding and trying to deal with the hidden agendas in life and the stuff that we don't want to face, and we sort of purged some of it out and got rid of some of it and ditched out people who shouldn't be around. And also we will have spent time communing with ourselves and our higher spirit guides and our energetic vibrational fields, and we will have learnt a lot. So the Hermit teaches us thank you. The Hermit teaches us that we have learnt stuff, and we have been alone, and we have gained, acquired a higher resonant energy. We've acquired a little bit more information about which direction we should be going, about what our pleasures are in life, about how we feel about certain situations, or spirituality, or physicality, or people, or our career, or anything. So that's a past influence, and it's kind of like it could just be reigniting it for you to just remember what you have learned, or what you were aspiring to learn, or the feelings you had at the time, and take them forward with you, because he is illuminated and he has a great deal of wisdom with him. Coming to the next stage, this King of Rods, well, this embellishes your own energy. very much. This is the fire sign energy. And he is known quite as the entrepreneurial, passionate man. He sets things going. He like starts projects and he really fires them up with creative passion and thoughts and ideas and stimulation and rah, rah, rah. So it's a typical Aries energy. It's like being really motivated. And if this is what's coming, it feels as though creativity is bursting on your door, and you could be, you know, ready to put projects forward. You could be ready to change up your job perspectives or your career. You could be looking for something new and exciting. You could be the person that puts out ideas within a corporation and they listen to them and they implement them. So this card is often about starting new things. It's not necessarily about finishing. I always think of it as almost like a number 1 card. He could also represent a new person coming into your life, a fire sign person who you find really invigorating, who fires up your passion, who gets you excited, possibly a potential love romance. If you've been having, you know, problems in that area, and you know, you may, this whole thing back here, it may dissipate off. It may be a time when you are letting it go and releasing it, allowing new love and new potentialities to come into your life. And one of them could be this one. And some of them could be these ones. So watch out if you are looking for new partners, because some of them are dodgy. So yeah, he represents a whole lot of passion, fire, creativity, excitement, stimulation, zest for life, you know, and possibly romantic infatuation and chemistry. So there's a lot of different means again for him. He can also be with your career. If we look at the final outcome card, what will be the 4 of Cups, it's not actually the best one to get, to be honest, even though we've had so many cup cards there. It talks about thinking the grass is always greener on the other side, and in reality it usually isn't. No matter where you look at a situation from, there will always be aspects of it that are better, or appear better, or feel better, or are more attractive to you. But when you view it from a different angle again, you'll start to see the faults within it, that it's not perfect, that nothing is ever perfect. So this is a card that talks to you about showing appreciation and gratitude and looking at what you do have in life. And what it tells us is there are 3 beautiful cups down here, and they represent love and honour and trust and happiness and that feeling of, you know, being able to experience the vibration of love at whatever level. And you're looking at this one over here in the distance with one hand being held out and sort of thinking, yeah, maybe I'm not that happy where I am. Maybe that's better. But it can also, it's a weird card because I feel it also has the reverse tendency. It can literally be that someone does offer you something and you're thinking, nah, it's not good enough. So it's almost like there are 2 polar opposites for the card, and some of you will fit into that first part that I've mentioned and others of you will fit into the second part. So if it's the second part and you are being offered something that you're quite passionate about or that you feel you connect with at the heart, which could be a career related thing, or it could be new friendships coming in or reconnecting with some, you perhaps need to think twice before you turn away an offer, because it might be the best offer you get and it might be a very suitable offer, but you're not looking at it in quite the right light yet. So that's the final message there for you guys. And I don't think that goes on. I feel like some of the other readings have really pushed themselves through more than just October and right through to say December. I feel yours is much more in the moment, in the now, and I think it's for October. I don't feel it's going ahead a great deal. So yeah, let's put the cards away and see what your last card is. These are saints and angels, and they're just one word usually on the card. So let's see what's for Aries for the last message for October. Generosity, St. Nicholas of Myra. Do you know, I think generosity is one of the most benevolent aspects of life we can ever hope to obtain. Generosity to me is the same as appreciation. And he holds his hand there, his hands together in the prayer type mode, or the namaste position, and that is grateful thanks. And so I feel generosity is grateful thanks. And when we show generosity at any level, whether it's to ourselves or to anyone else in our lives, it's kind of like the cycle of give and take, because I guess you could say generosity is giving. So when you give, whether you're giving love or harmony or your time or help or support or money or knowledge or wisdom, that giving is what makes the world go round. It's what keeps us alive. It's what perpetuates life on the planet. We give life when we give birth. That's giving. So you can take it from the very basic perspective right through to the top prime of vibrational energies. It is all about gratitude and giving and generosity. So I don't even need to say much more other than enjoy the generosity of the month, enjoy the giving perspective. And when you give, so you receive. And there's nothing more simple than that. So enjoy this reading, everyone, with the generosity that it's been delivered with. I wish you all a very happy October with much love and newness and connection. Thank you for subbing and leaving your comments. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Much love. Namaste.